The big thing that's happening is the market structure bill, right? I think this is going to be the singular most important piece to institutional trading in the history of spot crypto. What this framework does at a high level is it provides a self registration process such that institutions can operate on a national level without the concern on the state by state concepts, which everyone I think is familiar with, the MTLs or the bit license. And so this kind of framework really mirrors what everyone's accustomed to in other asset classes. And it really just paves the way for a proper regulatory framework to come, which we think is great for the market because we think more and more institutions will get involved. And at the end of the day, competition, we think, is what's best for the clients.
Last week was crypto week here in the US. A lot of legislation coming to the fore. It seemed like the Genius Act really stole all the thunder. That's all anybody could talk about. The plumbing side, the market infrastructure side, not quite as sexy, Brandon. Didn't get all the headlines out there. But I think for guys like you and for a lot of the institutional players, that was probably the more meaningful piece of legislation.
That's exactly right. I think the stablecoin, obviously, we're going to champion that. It's also a fact that the stablecoin bill was just much further along, right? In many respects, it's a much simpler thing to get done. Market structure is encompassing quite a few different things. It examines companies like ours, which would be considered a digital commodity exchange or a DCE. It's looking at the brokerage, it's looking at market making. So there's just a lot that has to be discussed and unpacked. And this is how we view the crypto space. Crypto exchanges, when you look at the exchange, they're not exchanges at all. They're brokers. And some are retail brokers who have an exchange. Some are institutional brokers who have an exchange. Some are business models that are offering their exchange, their brokerage model to both retail and institutional. And that's fine. But what's missing is that interbank or interdealer level, that high level of an institutional platform, such that where a bank or a non-bank market maker or a hedge fund or asset manager can effectively custody with institution A, have a PB or clearing relationship with institution B, and then can access liquidity destinations, 10, 20, 30 of them, while net settling in one spot. That's the space that we think is maturing, and that's the space where we expect volumes to grow exponentially. But in order for that to happen, in order for it to be possible, need this market structure framework. If you look at some of the big hedge funds who have not yet entered the space, it's really this framework that they're waiting on. And I think once this framework comes out, notably with the market structure bill, then we're hoping towards the end of the year, I think we're going to see an absolutely new wave of financial institutions participating in the space.